Hey guys, welcome back to the Explorer of Horror channel here. Um, just got back from seeing Evil Dead Rise, and I wanted to get on here and give you guys my initial thoughts. Um, don't worry, I'm not going to be getting any spoilers tonight. It'll be a non-spoiler discussion. Corey's already here. What's up, Corey? How you doing, man? Oh, we already got Colton here. Oh, what's up, man? No, man. Mommy's with the maggots now. um, oh, Colton wants to join. I'll let you in here in a minute. So because I do want to get you in here because you did just see the movie with me. I went with some friends tonight and we all seen Evil Dead Rise. I'll get you in here for the discussion part here in a second, but yeah, I just wanted to get on here and sort of give you guys my initial thoughts on Rise, Evil Dead Rise. This is a movie that's been in the works for a minute. I remember hearing about this movie a couple years ago for the first time, and it was really cool hearing about the making of it and hearing that, at first it was meant to be just a direct to streaming thing, like Prey, like Hellraiser. It wasn't meant to be a theatrical release, but it was cool that the producers and the studio, Warner Bros., seen enough potential in this movie to give it a theatrical release, which I definitely think it deserves. Send it to my shoot the link later. We'll talk spoilers. Hell yeah, dude. Well, I'll if you want to, yeah, we'll talk spoilers, man. Just watch the trailers, honestly, guys. If you guys want a spoiler talk, just go watch the trailers. But yeah, Evil Dead Rise. This is a film that really surprised me and definitely delivered on what you would expect from an Evil Dead movie. And I was really hoping that it was going to be like that because this is a franchise that is near and dear to my heart. I mean, I love Evil Dead 1. I really do love Evil Dead 2. I love Army of Darkness. Huge fan of the remake. Watched them all leading up to this. And Evil Dead Rise was a really good movie. I think it's definitely gory enough. I think it's got enough practical effects. And I think the CGI in the movie that they do use isn't bad looking. The effects look great for, just a film that started out as we're going to put it on direct to streaming type of thing. The effects look great. I don't know if they went back in and touched them up or not, but they look good. But I just think it was really important for this movie not to flop because, like I said, Scream 6, not a big fan of. Scream 5 wasn't a big fan of. Halloween Ends, it was okay type of thing. I don't know if I love or hate that movie. I'm still deciding. But, I definitely don't love it. But, yeah, overall, I think it was a really fun time. And I thought it really had stuff in there that was surprising. And I don't really want to get into too much, but I will say it's gory enough. It takes a lot of risks. It's got a more serious tone, like the first movie. And it was going for more straight up horror, which is really unique and, refreshing. I know a lot of the Evil Dead movies are going for more of the slapsticky humor. I love that Evil Dead, that version of Evil Dead. I love that style, but I'm definitely much more of a fan of the straight up horror part of Evil Dead. And it was cool seeing this movie go back like the remake did and just take it seriously again. And that was cool. And I will say the Deadites are a bump up in this movie over the remake. To me, the remake Deadites were okay. I don't hate the Deadites from the remake, but I feel like in this one I like the design a lot better of the Deadites. I like the lines of dialogue they're given better in this movie, and I like the look of the Deadites a bit better in this. Maybe a couple design or one or two designs from the remake I could prefer more, but overall I think that just the Deadites felt a bit better in this than the remake. I do think that was definitely a step up. And it was cool seeing it take place in a high rise. It was a cool idea. But But I do actually want to get Colton here. So I'm going to send this link out. I want him to get on here and give his thoughts. This won't be a super long stream, but it'll be just me and him sort of talking about our initial thoughts and what we thought about the movie. I know he's only seen the first Evil Dead, so I got to get him to watch Evil Dead 2 and 3 and, the remake and stuff. Rewind's here. What's up, Rewind? It's been a minute. How you doing, dude? Good to hear from you again. I hope all is well. But yeah, I'm going to get Colt on here. He's going to talk about what his thoughts are on the film, and we'll kind of just talk about what we're looking forward to in the future. Do we want sequels? Do we want another remake? I don't. But, what do we think is going to happen in the future for Evil Dead? So I'm going to send the link out to Colt real quick. And we'll get him in here. We'll get him in here so he can discuss his thoughts. That's great, man. Oh, it was good, man. It was really good. We're talking about it tonight. It's no worries. It's a non-spoiler talk. So, Colton, if you hear that, no spoilers. I just want to, because if it was a movie that I hated, I honestly would go in here and spoil it, because I look at it like if I hate the movie, I'll give you a spoiler warning, but I'm giving you the spoilers so that you ain't got to waste your time to watch it. But when it's a movie that I really do enjoy, I'll get on here and I'll, hey, go see it. Please go see it. I'll encourage it, because when a film is good, when a film is fun, when it's entertaining, when they put effort into it, which all those categories were nailed with this film. They did put effort. They did try. They did a good job. I want people to go see this movie. So, yeah, I think it's really good, man. If you're a fan of Evil Dead at all, you'll like it. If you don't know Evil Dead, go check it out. It's pretty crazy stuff, man. Classic horror. What do you think of the apartment setting? To get into that, I do like it. I feel like it wasn't utilized a whole lot. I feel like there was a bit more you could do with the setting. I don't really know if it was just they were trying to put their budgets in other areas. Colton's here. So what's up, Colt? How you doing?
Hello.
What's up, man? So we just got back from seeing this movie, right?
Yeah.
So what's your initial thoughts, dude? I kind of already explained mine. I really liked the movie. Thought it was really good.
Well, I've only seen the first one, and basing it off the first one, it was really like I don't want to get into spoilers either, but like it was really bloody. I was not expecting that much blood.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Evil Dead, man. That's the one thing I always tell people, man, is like, if it's Evil Dead, get ready, because it's gonna be pretty bloody and crazy.
I was just like, oh. There was a lot of parts where I seen you like cringe at the sight of it. I cringed
Yeah.
because it wasn't like a bad cringe. It was just like, eh,
Yeah, it
eh.
was like real hard to watch. Some parts were just like tough to watch for sure.
Um, never want to go in one of them buildings in my life ever again. Um, I don't care what it is, a hotel, uh, whatever it is, hotel, apartments like
Yeah, like a
that. Nope,
complex,
nope. I'm good.
apartment complex.
I'm good. Nope. That just made me. Nope. Done.
It
Done.
was kind of a creepy setting. They made it look kind of scary too. I like how it wasn't a pristine, clean apartment complex. It was a really like
Run
run
down.
down, yeah,
Busted
like
up.
older.
Yeah.
I am
Uh,
kind of curious though if this is technically a sequel or if this is a reboot. Is it does do a little bit of different lore, so I'm kind of curious on what they're doing with. Are they going to make sequels to this, or like what do you
I,
think is going to happen here?
I think there's gonna be a sequel. They can't end it the way they did, and you know, because it was kind of a weird how they set it up. I know when you do the spoiler review, I'll probably be there too, and like the way they set it up was very weird because they set it up to there's going to be a sequel if you pay attention.
Yeah, they did. I'm just curious on what's going to happen. I'm also curious if this is a case of, because Evil Dead, the multiverse thing does exist in Evil Dead. They've established it, mainly in the TV show. I mean, really, they established it in the first two movies because the book does have the power of time travel. And so I'm kind of wondering if this and the remake take place in alternate timelines, or if this takes place in the first three movies timelines, or it leaves you with a lot of questions, and honestly questions that I'd like to see touched up on with the sequels. I'm pretty sure this movie has already made back most of its budget just in this weekend alone, so
It's going to
it'll
get,
get a sequel.
yeah.
I can see it getting a sequel. Maybe it'll
And
be Evil Dead Fall. You know?
careful. It was just it was a very good overall movie to me. Like you know, I haven't seen Scream 6. I haven't really seen any of the Screams. Um I've heard Scream 6 is very mixed on people. I've heard you don't like it. I've heard multiple other people say they do like it, but I've also heard a lot of people like there's just no in between with Scream 6. You either really love it or you hate it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing, it seems like, with Halloween, whether you love it or you hate it, or there's a little in between. Because I will say I will defend, because I know you were, I will defend uh, Halloween Ends, except the ending with Boo Boo. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. For
the
real.
ending with Boo Boo, but like I enjoyed Halloween Ends, and then that ending happened. I was just like, what? Are you serious?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
this
thought it was kind of a little bit too much in that ending for Halloween Ends. I was like, okay, this feels a little bit silly. Like I get it. Everybody's like, well, why don't you just throw them in a meat grinder and that'd be the end of it? And they literally did that in the movie. I'm like, it's just like it feels kind of silly to
I
me. I don't know. It felt like it wasn't very Halloweeny, which is a
I
good
feel like
podcast, by the way. Halloweenies, free plug there.
I feel like it might. This may sound gruesome, or maybe they just couldn't do it because this day and age of people. But I feel like they should have crucified him upside down.
That would have been it. That would have been the thing is with that ending is I don't really know if maybe like so take the ending like I kind of wish it would have been that would have been the beginning of the movie, like them killing Michael Myers off in maybe the first 20 minutes or whatever, and then I would have preferred them making Corey sort of the next Michael. And so you wouldn't really, yeah, I guess technically Michael Myers would die, but you would still have a guy run
I mean,
around like Michael
is,
Myers, you know?
is it though? Because like it's like Jason, in my opinion. You can't really. They're two people behind a mask. You never see them, and it's just like, why get mad if it's like not the original guy? Like, we don't know. Like, Michael Myers is just a dude behind a mask. You could literally they did it with Scream 6. Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm. They did that with pretty much every Scream movie. There's always
Because
a new ghost face.
I heard in Scream 6, spoilers. Well, you've already reviewed it, so I don't care at this point. I've heard there's a thing in Scream 6 where they have every single person who played Scream in it as a killer, and they're trying to figure out if it's them or a new killer, because there's like a shrine dedicated to the original killer with like all the different masks from like the different movies.
Yeah, but they're not alive. They do bring back like name wise, like they mention all of the other killers, and so the person that's the new killer somehow knows about all of the previous murders, and so they're implying that either a this person is like an actual ghost or it's a person that's just super smart and knows somehow I don't even know how to explain that movie. Somehow they knew about all the killers, and it's
Right.
like I don't know. That's an
Yeah.
example of a movie that they just didn't care when they were writing that. You know,
I,
this
I,
one makes a lot more sense
I,
than Scream Six, though.
I gotta watch all the streams to judge that
You'll
one.
like them. I mean, do you like murder mysteries? Like,
Yeah,
do you like
yeah,
sort
yeah,
of not really investigation, but like you're guessing to the whole movie? Okay, who could the killers be? Type of thing.
yeah, yeah. I'm kind of into it. It'll be because the first one was iconic. The first one was funny and good and in between. But like back to the whole behind the mask thing. It's just like you could literally have like literally if they really wanted to do it, you could have like 5 Michael Myers show up in a new Michael Myers movie and say, "Oh, that one's him. Nope, it's that one," because it's the concept. It's the mask. When you see the mask, you know it's Michael Myers. You see the hockey mask, you know it's Jason. You see Scream, you know it's Scream. Leatherface, you know
Yeah.
it's Leatherface. It doesn't matter who's behind it. It's the concept.
Yeah, because we never really even see Michael Myers behind the mask. I mean, you see Jason behind the mask more than Michael Myers. I
Yeah,
mean,
because they
Michael's
bring
just a normal guy behind a mask, you know?
supernatural man that can take gunshot wounds.
Yeah, he's like a 70-year-old with the strength of Arnold in his 20s that could like bench lift like 1,000 pounds and stuff. But somehow he's like 70, he's over here ripping people's faces apart and stuff. That never really bothered me though. Like I would, because I know some people they were like, well, if they did that with Corey, it would be disrespectful. I'm like, well, the way
No,
they were going with Michael Myers in that movie, it's just not gonna work that way. I think it would work a lot better if Corey took over. And I would have liked it a lot more because it's like, oh, different. I mean, it was already interesting, but I think it would have been better if they would have pulled the cord with
right.
it and just said, okay, let's go for it. But I hated how they treated Corey at the very end. I was like, oh, you set him up the whole movie, you know?
I realize when you get me in these streams, we don't just talk about one movie. We talk about every horror movie.
Oh yeah, well they're all pretty popular. I mean, those are all like big horror films that have come out, like Scream, Halloween, the new Evil Dead. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna make a new Chainsaw Massacre eventually, and it'll be the biggest thing, you know.
And how many does he need? How many reboots does that man need?
I don't know, and they haven't all been very good. I mean, I thought Leatherface was okay, but like, you
I
know,
enjoyed that was good. I like Leatherface. I like
yeah, you
that one.
showed me that one. You showed me that one. That was crazy because I didn't see that one before you showed me it. So
Yeah, I was like, you see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake? You were like, which one? I was like, oh, it's this one, Leatherface. You were like, oh, no, I haven't. Let me watch that.
yeah, you got me caught up on that. Um,
Because he's another weird one where I've seen the first one and then I've seen a remake and then that was it.
yeah, you got to see some of the sequels because part two you might like. It's more of a funny movie than anything. It's not really scary. It's more of a funny approach.
Does he kill people?
Yeah.
That's all I care. See, like, I don't mean, you know, to step on some toes, but I'm the controversial one out of the whole thing here. It's the same thing to me with the Jurassic Park franchise. It's a horror franchise. If there's blood, if there's gore, I think it's an 8 out of 10. If the writing sucks, it's a 7 out of 10. Okay. If it's got good kills, memorable kills, some like maybe a jump scare here and there, I think it's a fine horror movie. If the writing sucks, the writing sucks. It's the same thing with Jurassic Park fans, it seems like. They go, oh, all the new ones suck. Why? It's the same thing as the old one, just with different people, and the dinosaurs are still killing people. Why are you not happy? Oh, the story. Who cares?
Right. Yeah. Because I mean, it's hard to make those movies not work. Because as long as you got dinosaurs chasing people around and it looks cool, like it's usually pretty passable on that.
That's why every single new Jurassic Park that has come out, I have liked because there's dinosaurs and they kill people. I don't care what everyone thinks because I like it. Dinosaurs go raw and they eat you.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I know that there's a lot of people kind of mixed on these newer films, but this one's actually been getting a lot of the
Good.
same reactions. Like I've been hearing mainly from everyone that it's good.
Yeah.
So,
This has like been the
which
horror
is
movie
rare.
I've heard. Yeah.
That is a rare occurrence. I'm telling you, not
I
that
agree.
doesn't always happen.
Yeah, because like I have seen the critics give it a good score. I've seen people give it a good score. I haven't seen anyone really say it was terrible. I've seen people say it was not their favorite cup of tea, but at the same time, you know, they still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And, with the whole everything going on with horror, with Scream 6 kind of being iffy with people, and then there's a 7, they're making 7. So that's going to be,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got,
Yeah, because Scream 6 made a whole lot of money. I didn't even realize it, but I looked it up, and Scream 6 made an insane amount of money for a part 6. Like, if we're
did,
comparing that to other part 6s, it made more than definitely they probably thought it would for a part 6. Because I think the more you make sequels, the less they're expected to make.
right.
And so that's why sequels sometimes they get cheaper. Sometimes they'll get more and more expensive. But then when you're getting up to like part 7 and 8 and 9, it's like it'll start going down usually
Right. Right. But
because they're expecting less people to see it.
did you see Scream 6 had a post credit scene?
Yeah, I didn't stick around for it, but I ended up seeing it afterwards, and it was just them talking about post credit scenes.
They said not every movie needs a post credit scene. And I
Yeah,
was like, bruh, imagine staying for that.
right. Yeah, you didn't even give people a halfway decent post credit scene. Just another thing trying to be meta because everything has to be meta now. We got to
Do
self-referentiate things,
you
self-reference things.
do you think with this Evil Dead, do you think it'll help spark horror back to being what it used to be? Because, like you said with Halloween and Scream, you debate. Well, not really with Scream. You hate Scream 6, but like with Halloween, you go back and forth with it, and
Ain't
going,
much of a debate there.
mm, it has its good parts, it has its bad parts. But do you think this is going to spark the other franchises like Scream 7 to go back to the roots, for the Crystal Lake series to go back to the roots that Jason was, without, having quote unquote Jason in it, or Kid Jason, whatever they decide to do with that series. And, Leatherface, Hellraiser, all the other ones. Do you think Evil Dead's going to spark another, 2000s of horror like it was in the 80s and 90s?
It could. I really hope so because it shows that you could make a straightforward horror film and make a lot of money. Because the Scream franchise and the Halloween franchise, it went from being real simple to at the end with Halloween Ends being like, wow, what is going on? Like, there's so much happening here. I like that, but I know a lot of people didn't dig the whole multiple. It's not just a guy in a mask trying to kill people again. It's a lot more to it than that. And I think this one showed like, nah, you ain't got to be all advanced with your plots and try to do a bunch of little things. Like, because with Scream, they're just so focused on being meta and being like, oh, we're gonna self-reference, and it's like it's great in the other movies, but in 5 and 6, it just got to the point to where it did feel like it was kind of overtaking the movie. Like, don't you see how many references we have? And I'm just like, yeah, I do, but there's nothing else going on in this movie.
Because your biggest thing with Screen 6, I believe, was the writing. You didn't really like
Oh
the.
yeah, the writing, bad writing, real bad for even a slasher movie. And like, I would love it if it would have been like more just okay, let's just literally focus on the kills and the gore, but there's barely any kills in the movie and there's not really any gore, and there's not really any blood. So it's just like you're kind of sitting there like, well, what else can I get from this movie? There's bad writing, not really any good kills, you
Right.
know. That's like a
It
movie where people get stabbed 1,000 times and they'll be alive still. It's like, what?
bruh. That,
It happens so
that's
much.
that's what like I'm kind of hoping Evil Dead did for the horror, because it was, and I think you can agree with this, the one of, if not the best horror movie that has come out within this year and last year.
Yeah, I liked it more than a lot of the other horror films I've seen in the theater. Technically, yes. Out of the movies I've seen in the theaters, this is the one that I walked out of with like, I was like, yeah, that was good. That was really good. Like finally, it wasn't like it was okay or you know.
You were satisfied, like looking at you, seeing your reaction. You were satisfied.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. Yeah, there wasn't really anything that stuck out to me as it being like, oh, that needed to be worked on, or oh, that needed to, like, no, like
It was good.
it was fun. That's all I look for Evil Dead is fun and blood and craziness. That's all
It,
really you gotta do with Evil Dead.
it did have a little bit funny bits in there with the little kid. It did,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I'm
like,
surprised what they did, but how far they went. Like I didn't, I
oh,
was wondering about that. Like, okay, is everybody going to survive or what's going to happen here? But they did go pretty far.
I was surprised. I'll just say that until you do the spoiler review, because
Yeah,
then
yeah.
review we can go more into detail with that.
What's up, Kelly? How you doing? Yeah,
It,
yeah, we really enjoyed it. It was a fun time. We did have
it
a
was.
friend with us though that tried to tell me that the Pope's Exorcist was better than Evil Dead Rise. I know you're probably out there, but I humbly disagree with that. I don't know where that came from.
Well, you
Pope's
got
Exorcist was a decent one watch. All right.
he doesn't really like all that blood and stuff that's Evil Dead.
Yeah.
For you got to think of that.
To be fair, the whole bloody stuff. I mean, I don't. I tried to. I showed you Terrifier, and even you thought like, that was a bit like just too much blood, or
Oh,
maybe they relied
okay.
on the blood
But
too much.
I'm chasing a rabbit with Terrifier for a minute. Okay, it wasn't good. I don't understand the concept about why everyone freaked out over this mime clown guy. Like, for months, when the second one came out on Facebook, on my Instagram, it was just him. And I'm like, why is this thing so popular? And then you showed me the first one, and I was like, it kind of sucks. I didn't care for it. Like, it had good kills. Like the first kill when he saws the chick in half, I'm like, well, that was brutal.
Yeah, man, I gotta show you the second one because I'm kind of in the same boat with you. I think the first one's okay. I think it's kind of like the gore is what you're really there for, but like
Yeah, or
the
was
second
fantastic.
one, I gotta show you the second one because it's so much of a big step up from the first one.
Because, like I said, I don't want to be that guy,
What's
but
up,
I am
Hayden?
that guy. I'm that guy. You know how I am. Um, I know it was like a low budget horror film that they did in 2020 during COVID, during like the lockdown stuff. So I could understand and I appreciate that. And they did a good job. But like, it was just like the one kill was the laziest thing I ever seen, when he just put up the gun and shot the chick. I'm like, are you are you serious? Like,
Yeah,
that was the laziest kill I think I've ever seen in a horror movie. The man gets, what do you get hit with a bat or stabbed or something, and she's like, "Come on, mother effer," and he just goes bop, and I'm like, I was shocked. I was like, this dude pulled out a gun. What horror dude pulls out a gun?
yeah, that's what everybody was saying. Everybody was like, "Dude, he uses a gun. Nobody really does that." Even
I was
Ghostface took notes from Art the Clown and started
yeah,
using guns.
shotgun, didn't he, in the new Scream?
Yeah, which was I'll admit I was like, okay, that's interesting. I've never seen Ghostface with a shotgun before.
Like, it was cool, but I was just like, bruh, like that chick, they shouldn't have killed that chick. I think that's why I'm just the saltiest, because that chick survived everything just to get killed by a gun. I
Yeah,
was
I was
salty.
pretty that
I
that
was so
first one is definitely not as good as it was said to be back in the day. Like that movie had a lot of praise, but I do think you'll like the second one a lot more because the second one
because aren't
does
they
a
making
lot more with the story and everything.
aren't they making a third one too?
Yeah, they're gonna probably make a whole franchise, or it'll be either a trilogy or it'll be a franchise, and they'll just
Can,
like make more and more. I don't know how you're gonna follow up some of the stuff in part two, though. I really don't.
can we just get a Super Smash Bros. Tournament type movie with every single horror character in it, where they just fight each other? Like, I just want to see that at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be interesting. I don't know if who all owns all the killers right now.
Like, we've seen Jason and Freddy go at it. I want to see Freddy, or not even Fred. No, I want to see Jason and Chucky just have an interaction. Chucky's just stabbing his leg, and then Jason just punt kicks him to the moon, and just like he's stabbing his leg. And you know how Chucky is. Chucky's cursing up a storm and freaking trying to insult him. Jason looks at him, rears his other leg, and just goes, "See ya."
I
Boom.
don't know. It might be Megan versus Chucky.
I heard Megan was good.
Yeah, honestly, that was one. I mean, that was another one that I really enjoyed. Was Megan? That
I
was a
forgot
good one.
for a film. I forgot about that.
Cocaine Bear was okay. It was fun.
Okay, no, I don't want to hear spoilers on Cocaine Bear. I'm watching it tomorrow. I was gonna watch it today, but you were like, "Let's go see Evil Dead," so I was like, "Cool." I am watching Cocaine Bear tomorrow. I was so hyped about that movie. I am not letting that hope die. If it is, it better be funny and it better have some decent kills. And if it does, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I think
And
you'll like it. It's pretty crazy. It's an out there movie.
that's all I want, because I've heard they're gonna do a cocaine, uh, freaking shark movie next. Which, please, for love of everything, do a cocaine shark movie. Um,
Are we just
and
gonna get a franchise of drugged up animals killing
please.
people?
Please, I will pay my hard-earned money to watch some coked out animals kill some people.
That'd be awesome, no lie.
I
What's up,
like I
Chuck?
heard
How you
about,
doing, man?
I've heard about the shark, and I heard about methed out gator, like a freaking gator on meth.
Yeah, I've heard about all. I'm pretty sure the asylum's gonna be making plenty of those where it's gonna be like rip-offs of Cocaine Bear.
Can we can we appreciate the fact that Jaws laid the foundation and Lake Placid came along?
Yeah, I mean, I those are two great ones.
The first one, the second one was meh. It was too much, in the remake of Jason, a little bit too much.
Of Lake Placid.
Yeah,
Oh, the second. Yeah,
the
I don't
second,
remember really liking the second one very much.
but the first one was a masterpiece. I'm going to rewatch that eventually. I miss that movie.
That's another one that has a giant franchise for some reason. It's like there's like 8
Five?
movies.
There's 8.
I think they did one where it
Oh
was
my!
Lake Placid versus Anaconda.
Oh my god, they would do Anaconda.
Lake
Was
Placid versus Anaconda. I don't know how a lake versus an anaconda though.
another one that had like too many was Tremors.
Oh, Tremors.
Tremors.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen Tremors.
The ones I seen 1, 2, and 3, and I didn't even know they made a 4, 5, 6, and I think a 7 and 8. How many are
Yeah.
there? 9.
10, I think.
10.
I think.
Are you serious?
5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 8 or 9.
I was gonna say if there's 10,
One of them
that's
takes place in like an island, like a resort island or something. And I was like, what the fuck?
Dead Island.
Tremors is supposed to be in the desert.
Yeah,
Can't put that on an island. What the
uh,
fuck? How'd they
bro,
get there?
bro. Okay, one more rabbit before we go back to Evil Dead.
Mhm.
We, because I watch these guys and they talk about it. The Last of Us TV series, how
Mhm.
it was so good, bro. We need more like that. I want to see a Dead Island series or a Dead Island movie.
Yeah, would you say you want Dead Island or Dying Light?
Dead Island. I grew up more with Dead Island and Dying Light. They were pretty much designed by the same people for, I think, at least I know for a fact the people who did make Dead Island made Dying Light, but I prefer Dead Island because it's an island, not Dead Island 2. Dead Island 2 has been good, but it's in California. That's not an island.
Yeah, yeah, but I still confused on that. I'm still confused in them calling it Dead Island 2. But it's a great game so far, so no
I
complaints
waited
for me.
so long. I waited. When did that trailer drop? 2013 for Dead Island 2?
Yeah, we were
In middle school, I think,
in middle school when that dropped.
and that game got delayed for so long. I was like, it's never coming out, and it came out, and we're
I know
old.
some people were mad at that Goat Simulator game because
Oh,
it did the same trailer.
I was furious. I was fuming. I was like, oh, Dead Island? And it was a goat. I was like, you mother truckers. But like, what other video games series could you see be adapted to a TV series or a movie that could work? Because I know God of War is getting one from Amazon, and I know also Fallout from Amazon. So got Fallout coming and God of War coming, both from Amazon. What other games do you think could make it? Because honestly, I could see Red Dead Redemption being a really good TV series.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, easily Red Dead Redemption. One that comes to mind for me, and I doubt they would do this, because of the budget, because you would need like an insane amount of money to do this, but also because of the game, you create your character in the game, so it's a really personal thing. Like, it's huh?
Are you gonna say Skyrim?
Yeah, I'd love to see a Skyrim show. I'd love
See,
to see it. I'd love it, dude. I would watch every episode.
I'm not gonna lie, it could work because you could literally get like 20 seasons out of Skyrim because you could literally do one season of side quest, another season of side quest. You could literally do like 5 to 10 seasons of just side quest, and then a story involving in a couple of those seasons.
Yeah.
A big one for me. I really wish that they could do better, and I think you know where I'm going with this. Is Halo. Why
Hasn't been getting the greatest reviews, but
never did. They've tried so hard and they just fail. And I don't understand how they can mess this up when you have a blueprint of comics and video games that
what have
you
they
can.
been doing with it? Is there another season coming out, or?
I've heard there's another season, but I've heard there's not another season. It's a weird thing. Honestly, I would just scrap it and start over and do like Halo. Let's call it Halo. Don't call it anything else. It's called Halo, and you get the dude who voices Master Chief and Cortana, and have them be in it because she is in it, the TV series. He's not. You could literally just have someone in the suit the whole time, and just have him do voiceovers. That's all you gotta do.
Is the guy that's playing Master Chief in the TV show, is he the same guy that voices him?
No.
Oh, okay. It's a different person.
Yeah, it's a different guy.
How do you feel about him showing his face and talking and everything?
That doesn't bother me as much as everyone thinks it does, because for one, in the comics, he shows his face like freaking every time he wants. It was the games you've never seen his face because it's like, oh, it's so mystery. It's like, dude, he's a super soldier in a freaking suit. To show his face.
Yeah, I mean, they showed a little bit of it, right?
And the end of Halo 4, if you beat on Legendary, when he takes off his helmet, you can see his eyes.
Oh shit!
That's it. You can only see his eyes, and they're all wrinkly because he's old. He is. He's like, technically in the game, he's like probably 70.
Oh shit!
So either he's 70 or 60. So he's up there. So eventually, if 343 ever has the balls to do it, they'll kill him off. And if they do, it's going to be the saddest day in gaming history.
Well, do you think they would try to replace him with the other character they're trying to make a lead?
Hawk?
Yeah.
No. They tried and it failed miserably because all the OG fans said it was stupid, which to me, it's going to happen. He's 60 years old, 70 years old. He's not going to fight these things forever. He's going to die. And when he does die, they better have a good backup. And I feel like Locke could have been the backup, but the fans just destroyed him.
Unfortunately, because I heard he was a good character, kind of underrated.
Was a fantastic character. I like the dude who voiced him. I liked his missions in Halo 5. I just
So
didn't.
Halo 5 was the game where you seen Locke in the most. Like that
He
was
was
kind
only
of his game.
5. He was only in 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was. You never see him in any other game besides 5, because once you got Reach, which was the prequel to everything, which was with Noble Team 6, and they all die. And I don't care what anyone says, Noble 6 is not in a cave somewhere trapped on that planet, because there's always those conspiracy theorists saying, "Oh, he's alive." Like at the end of the game, you see him get stabbed by an elite, which is ironic because the elite who stabs Noble 6 is apparently Arbiter.
Oh,
They killed all of them. And Master Chief. I think if you play it on Legendary and you angle the camera right, you can actually see Chief in Halo Reach, him in his cryopod chamber thing. So you got that, and then you got 1, and you got 2, you got 3, you got 4, and then 5 comes along and just goes, "Oh, you want Chief? Nah, we're giving you mostly Locke," and everyone hated it. And
oh,
I could understand why it is the weakest, but you know, again, I'm that guy. Looking back on it, it wasn't that bad. It was just they didn't focus on the main guy, and it bit him in the rear end.
yeah. I was gonna say, do you think maybe just the fans didn't like that they
The fans hated
thought
it.
they were gonna get Master Chief, and then
You
ended
do,
up getting Locke, and they were like, no.
you do play with him for like 3 missions. That's why everyone hated it, because you only got Chief for like 3 missions, and Locke had everything else. And it was like, no, we don't want that. And I'm like, if they would have split it equally, where I think there's like 12 missions or 15. I'm not 100% sure, but like make it like a number you can split and they both get equal amount of missions.
Yeah, or you could just choose you could choose whether or not you wanted to be Master Chief or Locke.
Because that's what they market it as. And it was weird because they market it like that. Like you had to pick a side. Do you want to hunt Chief or do you want to play as Chief? And it was weird, but it wasn't even like that.
That probably would have been a lot better received if they were just able to be like, hey, you can play as Master Chief and do his campaign, or you can play as a new character, Locke.
And hunt him down.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, it was just not received well by fans. But I thought it was okay. It could have been better.
I didn't play any past Reach, but I know the fan base is like one of those hardcore fan bases that are really strict on everything.
It's toxic. It is a toxic fan base. It is the worst of horror, the worst of wrestling, and that is in their fan and Halo fan base is just ugh, because you see how wrestling fans are.
Yeah, they can't make up their mind sometimes.
You see how horror fans are sometimes.
Yeah.
Put all that together and you get Halo fans where like if it's new, they hate it, or if it's new and decent, they go meh, it was okay. I'm like, you people are never satisfied.
Yeah, sometimes I'm wondering what people got to do, you know?
Make it the way everyone thinks they want it instead of appealing to both old and new.
Yeah, because sometimes it won't work. You can try to go one way or the other way. It's like, dude, you're going to be making mad somebody. There's probably somebody out there who thinks Evil Dead Rise was trash. And it's just like,
Right.
Because
Like,
there's some people you're just never going to please. You're never going to just satisfy them.
sucks because this movie, like it was pretty freaking good, and you know how I am. I
Yeah,
don't
you know how I am.
Yeah, I know how you are, but like you know how I am, where I don't watch a lot of the horror stuff, like a lot of the newer stuff, unless it's like Jason or Michael, and that's pretty much it. But like Evil Dead was really freaking good.
Do you think it was easy to watch? Because I know that you haven't really seen most of the sequels. Were you still able to follow the movie pretty good?
Yeah, it was pretty much same. Like it felt like a reboot. Like it felt like literally like a reboot. Like you didn't have to know the previous films, but if you did, you had more knowledge with it.
Yeah, yeah, because they do an idea that I thought was totally new that I've never seen an Evil Dead movie where well, I don't want to spoil it, but the ending, what they had to fight at the end of the movie,
Oh yeah, yeah.
um that's new. Like that hasn't been done in Evil Dead before, which I thought was pretty creative.
It was very creative.
Yeah, I thought overall, like, I think it's definitely a movie, the fans will like, newcomers will like, people that aren't super familiar with Evil Dead can watch it and enjoy it.
If squeamish though and don't like a lot of blood, I wouldn't watch it if I were you.
Yeah, I can understand that. I know some people, they just don't prefer that. They want to go see a movie with spooky houses and, creaky doors. They want to see like the classic, haunted house type of horror, which is, there's all kinds of horror genres you can go see. Zombie, vampires, werewolves. I want to see a good werewolf movie again.
There hasn't been a good werewolf movie since oof. And I might sound old from saying this, but freaking Underworld.
Yeah, Underworld's the best. Underworld's one
What
of the best. I can't
what
say it's the actually, I'll take that back. It's not the best, but it's one of the best. I like Underworld a lot.
what what franchise, horror or anything in between, do you think should die? Like no more of them for at least 10 years.
Um, Scream, Chainsaw Massacre,
Really,
Halloween.
really.
Yeah, because most of them, I'm pretty sure Halloween's done, but Chainsaw just keeps coming back over and over again. And what's kind of annoying is like every movie is like, oh no, we're the real sequel. Then the next one will come out. No, no, we're the real sequel. Like every sequel in that franchise is like that, where they're like, no, 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 we're the real sequel.
See, I heard, and I don't know how true this is, that they're doing another Halloween movie, but Rob Zombie's doing it. They're gonna do the third Rob Zombie Halloween movie.
Whoa, that'd be different.
That I heard. I heard. I don't know how true it is because I heard it was like, yep, they apparently talked and they do the third Rob Zombie Halloween.
That is very out there. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, man. If Rob Zombie does it again, do you think he could pull off doing another Michael
If
Myers movie?
if it's like the first one, yes. If it's the second one, no.
Right. I'm kind of wondering if he'll take it too far, make it super crazy and just cussing every. I mean, it's Rob Zombie.
It is Rob Zombie. You all know how Rob Zombie is.
Yeah.
Weird mind. A weird mind.
Hey, but I thought you were a pretty big fan of his music.
No, no.
You ever hear that song he made called "Smoke Your Grass, Shake Your Ass"? It's a new song he made.
God, no. The one I've heard a couple of his old songs, which were okay, but the one song that made me made me not like Rob Zombie was in freshman year. I think it was 2016, 2017 when he released that UFO album, and one of the songs was effing in a UFO.
Oh yeah, dude. The music video is like, it's so crazy. Like
It's Rob
it's like,
Zombie.
Rob, what are you doing?
He he had to be out of his mind on some type of drug.
Probably. I don't know. His music nowadays is just like out of its mind. Like I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
I don't know though. With Evil Dead though, I will say because you gave it a 7, and
Out of 10, I'd give it a 7. Out of 5, I'd give it a 4.
okay, because like when everyone sees a 7, everyone's like, "Oh my god, that must mean it's okay." It's not, because everyone looks at 7 like it's a terrible grade nowadays. I'm like, bruh, 7, like all IGN does is put 7 on their movies. I think IGN gave it an 8 out of 10.
It's got like 89% on Rotten Tomatoes,
Which is good.
which yeah, I'm glad it got a pretty high rating on that. IMDb's got a 7.5, something like that.
Again, that is good because they crapped on the Mario movie, and we were like, dummies.
Yeah, another good one that people were like, "Oh my god, it's so bad." I'm like, "How? What did you come here to see? It's Mario." Did you
It was
expect Shakespeare?
it was a perfect movie in my opinion. Like the little star guy, oh my lord.
That was like the most depressed, happy character I've ever seen.
You're all dying, gonna die. We're all doom and gloom. I'm like, this thing dark. This thing
Yeah.
is dark, and I like it.
Yeah, that
But
was another one that I thought was a great film. Really enjoyed that one.
it was really good. Evil Dead. I'd probably give it 8.5 out of 10.
Okay. That's a good rating. Would you see it again? Like, would you watch it
Yeah,
when it comes out on demand and stuff?
yeah. If it's on a streaming platform, and if mom wants to watch it, I'll watch it with her. Um, I yeah, I'd definitely watch it again. Like I said, there's gonna be more. There's I'm gonna bet 3 because they always do 3. They'll do this one, another one, and then the final one.
I can see that. Yeah.
Do you think Ash would come back for it?
I'm not sure because he said that he's retired from the role, but I mean, I don't see him turning down a huge script. Like if something comes through and it's like a multiverse Evil Dead movie, would be so cool. I could see him being a part of that. There's like no way that I could see Bruce Campbell turning that down. Because you do a multiverse Evil Dead movie, you could bring in people from other movies and bring them all into one giant Evil Dead movie, and it'd be insane.
I would not be mad if Kane Hodder came back and played Jason.
Oh, dude, I'm always voting for that. Yeah, I would totally
I
love to see him
I
play Jason
I
again.
want my boy back. Okay, the best Jason, the Jason that would have whooped Freddy's rear end, even in the dream world.
Yeah, I know he was
I
pretty
will fight.
upset about the fact that
I
Jason was afraid of
fight.
water in that movie.
I will fight on that one. If they got Kane to play Jason for Freddy versus Jason, Kane would have mopped the floor with Freddy faster.
Yeah,
Even with all the nerfs, that man would have freaking hawk Loki'd him.
yeah, he would have just destroyed him. And I know he really wanted to do that movie. I felt so bad for Kane because
Because he
he
threw
really
him.
wanted to do that movie.
He threw him in part 8. He was that bartender or whatever. He was behind the bar and he came up and just freaking threw him like a rag doll. I'm like, bro, why couldn't we get that in the Freddy versus Jason?
Yeah, right. That'd been awesome.
I just so many missed opportunities. I wish they would have never. I wish Kane would have played every single Jason because it would have been different. But we got what he came in at 7, 8, 9, and X, and then we had 2. I believe the dude who played 3 and 4 was the guy who died recently, correct?
The most recent Jason that passed away, I think, yeah, was Ted White from Part 4.
Did he play 3 or did he just play 4?
I think he was just Part 4, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, because that's right. Richard Brooks was Part 3. There we go.
Okay. They play so many different actors.
Oh my god, I missed so many comments. I didn't check the comments for a minute. Mario was epic. Followers, home video. What's up, man? I'm enjoying the Super Mario Brothers movie as well. That's a good one. What's up? ATG Nat Podcast. What's up? Wow, Nick Push is here. What's up, man? Big fan of the channel. Thank you for stopping by.
There's Trenchy.
Yeah, Trenchy's here. Tyrese is here. What's up, Grande?
Oh yeah, Grande's here.
ATG, man. Hey, man, we got so many people. Wow. Yeah, I'm glad that you guys stopped by. I'm sorry I didn't check the chat for a minute. I was over here, people saying hi for like probably 10 minutes, and we were like, yeah, man.
They heard we were supposed to talk about Evil Dead. Next thing you know, they were talking about Jurassic Park, Scream, everything
Evil in between. Dead meets Jurassic Park.
Everyone's probably like, bro, this dude don't talk about what's on the thing.
Oh man, can you imagine that though? Evil Dead takes over Jurassic Park and possesses the dinosaurs. I'd be like, what the fuck is going on?
That'd be OP. You couldn't kill that thing.
That'd be insanity. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Bro, Jason
your souls.
Jason versus a T-Rex.
Oh, thanks, John. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, dude, it's great to have you here, man. I'm a big fan of the channel. It's cool to have you stop by. Honestly, yeah, though, since we've got some new people here, to go over it once, like one more time. Do you think that Evil Dead Rise? Do you think there was any problems with it? I don't really think there was anything that I disliked about it, honestly.
I mean,
maybe there was some slow parts. There was parts where they were trying to do the whole slow build suspense thing. I don't think it always worked, but it's not a big deal.
I would say one thing I would change, and I know it's an Evil Dead thing, but like pull back a little bit on the blood because there was so much blood.
Oh yeah, that's Evil Dead, man. That's Evil Dead. Dude, have you seen the I gotta show you the remake. You think that's crazy? Dude, it rains blood in the remake. It rains, literally rains from the sky. It rains blood. It's I love that though. I love blood and gore, man. I can't get enough, but I do understand it's like could be over the top type of stuff where it's like, bruh.
It's 50-50 with me sometimes. I like it, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my God. Okay, I know we said we weren't going to spoil this, but I'm going to spoil one thing, and it was the one thing that made me cringe throughout the whole movie. And it's something, it's not going to, like, kill the movie if you haven't seen it. There was a scene where the thing, it's a spirit, right?
Yeah, like a force, like an evil demon force thing.
It possessed the lady, and it made her rip her earring out, and it made me cringe because I have my hoops in, and I was just like, oh God, no, I could not, no.
Yeah, that part was pretty crazy.
No, I wanted to just cringe so bad. I was just like, nah, I'm good. Nope.
Mine involved the scissors. That was probably the one thing that I was like, whoa, shit.
Yeah, don't spoil that one just yet.
No, I just will say a cheese grater, a cheese grater and a pair of scissors are used in this movie, and man, they're really shocking.
They were bad.
How would I rank this? Honestly, it would probably be the bottom. Like I'd put the remake above it. I'd put Army of Darkness above it. But that's just by default, man. Like that's kind of hard to rank that because you're you're having to live up to these legendary films. So it's like, it's great. It's good. I would put it probably below the remake. Although I will say it'll be battling the remake for which spot, because
It's pretty
I
either
think it's
last
on
or second
par.
to last.
Huh?
I said it's pretty much last or second to last for you because I think you said you like two the best, or you flip between 2 and 1,
Yeah.
and then 3, and then Army of Darkness in the remake. So it's pretty much fighting for either last or second to last.
Yeah, but only by default, man, because you got to understand, like, those movies are like, that's like, to me, Halloween 2 really won't
Right.
budge. Like, there's not going to be a new Halloween movie that'll probably make me go, oh, that's better than Halloween 2, because I think Halloween 2 is the perfect sequel because it came out right after the first one, and it's like the same night as the first Halloween. So it's like, it'll be hard to follow that up. I just think by like default, this falls down maybe so below the remake, but not by much. It's not like I'm saying it's the worst in the series and oh my god, it's trash. Like, it's just by default not as good as part
True.
one, not as
Because
good as part two or Army of Darkness.
Because I've only seen part 1. I haven't seen any of the other ones. So for me, it's my favorite so far.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta show you Evil Dead 2, man, because I really do think you'll like Evil Dead 2. I think you will. I think you'll dig, because Evil Dead 1, I know you liked it, but it's definitely more of a lower budget horror film. But I think
The
Evil
one
Dead 2
thing,
you're gonna like.
the one thing I did not like about the original, and I think you touched in it, was the Vine scene. That was just ugh.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, even Sam Raimi doesn't like the Vine stuff. Even he's like,
Trenchy, to answer your question, either yes or no, yes.
Yes,
Big yes.
definitely a yes.
Humongous yes.
We won't say how, but yes. And
Yes.
is it gory? Yes.
Yes. Is it
I know.
traumatizing? Yes.
I know these guys were over here like, that was too bloody. I'm like, bro, give me more.
I would hit, like I said, it's just 50-50 with me. I have to watch all the Evil Deads again, but like it, blood wise, just a little bit too much for me, but I still enjoyed it. And yes.
And also, guys, there is a chainsaw in this movie. There is a double barrel shotgun, so they stay true to the weaponry of Evil Dead.
I forgot about that.
Some bad A stuff in this movie.
I will say the chick, the main chick, was amazing.
I liked her. Yeah, she did a great job.
I was falling in love.
Dude, there's a part where she grabs the shotgun and she delivers a one-liner. She's like, come get some. I marked out. I was like, yes, thank you, man, because the whole time I'm wondering, like, when is she going to get her moment, to sort of, no pun intended, but rise up, kind of get that comeback moment. And when that happened, man, and she gave the one-liner and she has the shotgun, I'm like, oh, dude, just fuck yeah. Like, that was kind of my reaction. I was like, yes.
To answer, the question you just popped up right there. Answer that. Yes. I like
likable characters.
I liked all of them, even the dumb one.
And if you're wondering, Bruce Campbell, Ash did not show up in this movie. This is a total separate story from the other Evil Deads. So Ash was not there. Any creative film techniques in it? It does a lot of homages. The tilted camera, zoom ins, like Sam Raimi type stuff. It really reminded me of Sam Raimi.
They get kind of a POV when she was running, and it was just all on her while she was running.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do a couple POV shots. It really, if John, like that Scott Spiegel, Sam Raimi style, where it's a lot of really crazy camera stuff happening. So, no post credits scene.
Yeah, no,
surprisingly,
no and
which is like nowadays a rare occurrence. But
I was surprised they didn't do a post credit to set up another one, because there's going to be more.
Yeah, there's the way it does go, the storyline goes, there's going to be... And no, there's no titties in this one either. I was really hoping that the elevator wasn't going to rape that chick. There is an elevator scene that kind of reminds me of the Vines.
Oh, God,
I'm like, please don't rape her.
Yeah. When that happened in the elevator, I was like, oh God, no Vine flashbacks.
But yeah, I think overall, I give it like a 7.5. I might bump it up to an 8. We'll see. I just kind of blurted out 7, but yeah, definitely around there, 7, 8, somewhere around there. I gave it a 4 out of 5 though on Letterboxd. This is only go 5, so I gave it a 4. But what would your rankings be?
My Letterboxd is dead because
I know what happened, man. You got on there and you were like rating all these movies, and then I'm like, dang, there's just dead stops.
Because I haven't seen anything. Well, I've just seen the Super Mario movie, and now I've seen this, and I can rate them too. I'm trying to think of some other ones that I've seen, and I can't think of the top of my head. Do I have Tremors in there? I don't think I do.
No, I don't think you ranked Tremors yet. No, Trenchy, we didn't want that to happen.
No.
That's what we were saying. We didn't want it to happen. I was kind of hoping that the elevator would come alive, though, and start eating people. That'd be awesome, too, because it's Evil Dead, you know.
Creepy.
What was your Mario rating? Out of 5, I give it a 4.5 or a 5. It was really good. Yeah, 4.5 or a 5. It was up there. I really liked that movie.
5. That movie was... Mwah.
It was a Mario movie, you know. Oh, John Steele's here. What's up, man? Welcome to the Evil Dead Rise discussion. Yeah, I mean, I think. Do you think there was some CGI in there? But honestly, I didn't have a problem with it. It looked good.
They did better than Marvel.
Way better. How? Sam Raimi, what happened to your movie? Why does Multiverse of Madness have worse CGI than Evil Dead Rise?
I will
man, you could have came back for this movie.
Hey, I will defend Doctor Strange. That's my homie.
You can defend him with the CG though.
I still
thought at the end of the movie like a Snapchat filter or something.
Hey, it still was not as bad as Love and Thunder.
Okay, yeah, that's worse. That is way worse.
That floating head was
awful. God, dude, the lightning that drops the frame rate. I swear I have never seen that in a movie where a frame rate drops. I'm like, what?
His helmet.
I didn't think that was possible.
The helmet.
Oh God. Dude,
we have not
gonna watch that one again.
We have
that one was bad.
We haven't seen a lot of new MCU movies, and it's kind of scary.
They come out so fast.
I
can't watch 4-hour movies every weekend.
I haven't heard anything good about Black Panther or freaking Quantum Realm.
No, they kind of just the hype died way down. They got like passable reviews, but then the hype died, and I was like, wow. And the thing that Marvel does, I don't know how they do this, but their movies bomb and nobody ever talks about it. I don't know how they do that. I don't know if they pay people or what, but you know how some movies they'll bomb and you'll hear about it everywhere. Like, oh my God, this movie did terrible. It's not making money. But with Marvel, you don't hear about that. Like, Eternals bombed. That movie still hasn't made a lot of money, even to this day.
I was going to say Eternals kind of bombed, I heard. Though, like, I don't know, like... It seems like, and I hate to say this, a lot of, and I think you can even agree on this, Star Wars is a perfect example. Star Wars gets a lot of hate from its fans because of the direction they go and everything. And I'm starting to notice it happens with the MCU a lot now. They hate the TV series. They hated a lot of the newer movies. And I'm just like, they can't be that bad.
Oh, well, I'm kind of of the opinion that, okay, so I like The Force Awakens, but everything after that I kind of dipped. Like, I just didn't care about. But there are some Star Wars fans that like hate everything after the original movies, and I'm definitely not on that category. I like a lot of stuff after the original movies. It's just I think last Disney just in general, Disney owning Star Wars is Star Wars' biggest problem because Disney and whoever they got in charge of that creative running Star Wars, they
It's
just don't understand it. You can
it's
tell they
Vince.
just don't get it.
It's Vince.
But the TV show, it was me, Austin. It was me all along. I'm running Star Wars now. Vince,
You got
just
it.
retire, damn it. Just
Just
retire.
just die.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry, but he won't retire. You
I think
know
the
I'm
Evil
right.
Dead would possess him and bring him back. I'd be like, no.
Oh God, no. That's how you know Evil Dead would. I could see it happening. He freezes himself like freaking Walt Disney.
Oh, man.
Um, I have a messed up joke, and it might get me canceled,
Oh,
but
shit. Be careful. Be careful.
I don't care. Vince freezes himself. Remember the episode of Family Guy where like they uh what was it? They it had Walt Disney and they unfrost him, and he was like they were like welcome back, sir. He was like, are all the Jews gone? He's like, no, put me back in. Um, Vince 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 is gonna
Oh,
freeze himself.
God.
Hold on, Vince is gonna freeze himself. Come back. He's gonna be like, Triple H is gonna be like, welcome back, Vince. He's like, who's WWE champion? He's gonna say Keith Lee. He's like, put me back in.
Oh, my God.
He gonna be like, put me back in.
Oh, by the way, before I forget, because I just got this, just popped up in my mind. So, The Flash. We've seen
Oh
the trailer for
God,
The Flash. What is it? Is it just called The Flash now? I thought it was called Flashpoint.
I don't know nor care about that. That movie looks good, but I cannot watch it for that idiot.
I was like, oh, also, I'm reminded Ezra Miller.
Yeah,
Two
screw him.
Ezra Millers. We got two of them in that movie.
Screw that man.
Yeah, that's because we were watching the previews and it's like, wait a minute, did they change the title to The Flash? I thought it was called Flashpoint.
I
Okay.
will say this: Blue Beetle looks good.
Yeah, Blue Beetle looks way better than The Flash. I probably would maybe see The Flash on HBO Max one day just to say I've seen it, but Blue Beetle, that would be one that I'm like, okay, yeah, that looks really good.
I think we should see Blue Beetle when it comes out.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies coming out this year. There's really a lot that are coming out that like I would definitely love to see in the theater for sure. There's a lot of good ones coming out.
I'm glad I went to the Evil Dead one.
Yeah, same.
Because like,
that was a good one.
because I was hesitant at first. I was like, I never really seen all the Evil Deads, but we were all gonna go as a group, so I was like, yeah, might as well. I don't want to be, somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. So overall, I mean, you got any closing statements on Evil Dead? What your final thoughts are on it?
Just keep doing that, and you will have a good 3-set movie.
Mm-hmm.
If they continue that pattern, it'll be a good trilogy. If they go that way.
Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, I'm sort of same way. I think Evil Dead, if they're gonna make more of them, if they're gonna be like this, I'm open for that. I was really impressed by it. It was fun. It was bloody. It was entertaining. It was crazy.
I think
Surprising.
Evil Dead for you is like the perfect series because you don't hate any of the Evil Deads.
No, I like them all. There's not one.
Because
I think that and Nightmare on Elm Street. There's a line in the Evil Dead that says it's not a bad Elm Street movie. I'm like, thank you.
I didn't catch that.
Yes. You don't remember the guy was like, "There's not a bad Elm Street movie." And I'm like, "Yes, because I like the sequels. So stop picking on the sequels." Um, but yeah, I
Oh, yeah,
overall I really enjoyed it. Yeah,
now I
you
remember.
remember it.
Yeah, I remember.
Um, anyways, though, thank y'all for stopping by. I really appreciate y'all hanging out with us and talking Evil Dead. I really appreciate Colton for stopping by and hanging out and
Hold up,
talking about his thoughts on Evil Dead Rise.
hold up. There
Um,
is one bad Elm Street movie.
oh yeah, the remake. That's right.
There,
Oops. Well,
yeah,
I said sequels. Of course, there is that remake, but I forgot about it for good reason. I'm always gonna forget about that movie.
Trenchy beat me to it by like a minute. He said, "What about the remake?" Yeah, the remake, Nate.
Can't hide from that one.
You
Can't
cannot.
run away.
You can't run away, Nate. That's gonna be
Leave me
your night.
alone, Jackie.
That's gonna be your nightmare when he possesses you. It's just you rewatching the Elm Street remake over and over.
That'd be my hell. Is watching Scream 5, 6, and Elm Street. No,
And hell,
Scream 5, 6, Elm Street, and then the Candyman remake because I hated that one too.
you made me vomit. God, that movie sucked.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so disappointed.
Yeah, man.
He is not getting on my arm for a tattoo. It'll be the original only.
Right, for real.
As I told you, I want to get a horror tattoo where it goes like pretty much the designs I like. So it'd be part 3 of Jason, part 7 of Jason, the part 1 of Michael Myers, Halloween Kills Michael Myers. Chucky would be normal Chucky, then scratched up Scar Chucky. There's like a couple of them that are going to be difficult. Like Ghostface, he doesn't
Mhm.
change, but I was going to use the one from Scary Movie where he's high as a brick.
That's
Um,
great.
and then Leatherface, I think I would probably do the first one and then probably the remake of Leatherface, and then Hellraiser. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna hate to do this. Hellraiser would be the original, and then the remake with the chick,
Dang, okay.
and then Candyman's just getting one because screw that remake.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that remake was pretty rough.
Freddy's also gonna be a difficult one because he really doesn't change.
Mm-mm.
I guess I could do
No, he
like
pretty much stays the same.
no, I could do Freddy and then him as a TV or something.
Yeah, you could do that.
Or have Freddy where it's just Freddy and then on the other one, you remember how his gloves turn in like the needles?
Yeah.
Have that on there.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about a lot of those horror icons. There's so many different versions you can choose from at different movies and stuff.
I know once that happens, when you do a stream, once I get my sleeve, I want you to actually like show it off so people could see it.
I'm going to review the sleeve.
Yep, you get to review the sleeve.
Well, it's not very well written. Not
there's not enough blood.
Where's the characters?
I'll probably do for Evil Dead. I'll do Ash and the new chick, honestly.
Yeah, that'd be badass.
Both of them covered in a whole bunch of blood.
You got to, man. You got to.
My arm's gonna be covered in horror icons.
Just gonna have like a body cast. Just like, oh, dude, what? I'm like, what happened? Oh, I just got a bunch of tattoos. All at once? What the fuck?
I had to. I didn't want to go back for another session.
Well, man, thank you so much for being here. This has been a pretty fun time talking about talk about everything. Honestly, it's just been a really fun, chill time.
Bro,
So, thank you so much for being here, man.
thanks for having me. We went from Evil Dead to Jurassic Park to Halo to Michael Myers, Scream to everything in between.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride, man. But hey, I love these live streams because I love doing that. I just like getting on here and talking.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun, man.
it was.
Yeah. So thank you so much for being here, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much in the chat. And if y'all are
worm.
wondering, go see Evil Dead Rise. Go see it.
Yeah, free promotion. They're not even paying us to say that.
No,
even
I'm
though
not getting paid a dime for this.
they pay us though.
Hey guys, we did promote your movie. Just saying.
Bro, can you buy us just like 10 grand? We'll say it's the best movie ever made.
Yeah, right. That's most of the big YouTubers. They do that. Oh my god, guys, we just saw Evil Dead Rise. It was
Bro.
like one of the greatest fucking movies I've ever seen.
But
It's like, what the fuck?
hold up. If a video game company asked you to review a video game and you played it and it was dog crap, and you were like, I can't review this as garbage, and they gave you like 10 grand or $100,000, what would you do?
I'd take the 100,000 and still do a rant on it. Or I would do like a rant and then say, hey, I would film a review as a decoy, and then I'd make the rant later on.
No. You post the review to make them happy, and then the next day do a rant.
Yeah. You guys will know if I sell out, though, if I'm over here like, guys, I just seen Halloween 25 and it changed my life. Please go see this movie. I'm like crying in the thumbnail. It's a life changer.
That's when I come. You sell out.
What have you done to yourself?
You better be splitting that money.
I'm like, here's 10 cents. You cheapskate.
I'm gonna beat you.
Oh shit. All right, man. Well, that'll be it for this stream, man. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Thanks for having me. It was a blast.
No problem, man. This was fun. But anyways, guys, that's it for this one. The Explorer 4 is out. Go see this movie. I really enjoyed it. And if y'all did see this movie and come back later on in the future, drop some comments in this video.
We
Let me
will
know your
do
guys' thoughts on it. Oh yeah, we'll do a spoiler review for it too eventually, so we'll be able to get everybody's thoughts on it then. But
Friday, I say Friday. Yeah. Everyone a week.
I'm down.
I'm down for.
Yeah, we'll be back for the spoiler talk then. Then we can all get into the because I'm pretty sure by then most people would see it by then. So
that, and I'll probably have a laptop too.
Fingers crossed.
Bro, I'm getting a laptop Monday. I don't care. I'm gonna find a way to get one at Best Buy. I might even go tomorrow. Be like, hey, someone take me to Best Buy so I can get a laptop. Because doing this on my phone sucks.
Oh, dude, your phone, like, I don't know if this happens to you, but mine, like, gets real hot whenever I do these streams. Like, it starts warming up and it starts glitching and stuff.
And then mine doesn't pick up my freaking sound half the time.
Like, what'd you say, Colt?
Speak up there. I can't. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I'm like, man.
All right, man. We out of here. So y'all have a good night. Stay chill.
Peace.
And as Trenchy says, stay frosty.
Yeah.
Explorer 4 is out.
Yellow snow, Trenchy.
Absolutely.
Nah, you gotta eat the.
Wait, what?
You gotta eat the red snow.
It's just cherry flavor.
Exactly.
All right, y'all. Have a good night.